Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Cam Jennings coming at you on behalf of epicconversions.com and want to welcome you to another episode of Thoughts on a Walk. Today, I want to talk to you guys about asking questions. The best questions to ask are specific questions. Specific questions. If you want to ask questions to get ahead, ask specific questions. Don't ask people like what's the best way to make money on the internet. That's a stupid question. There's a million ways to make money on the internet. Well, maybe not a million. Yeah, probably a million. There's a lot of ways to make money on the internet. But it's a very vague question. It's a very broad question. There's a lot of ways it can be answered, and there is no like best way to make money on the internet. It depends on the person who's asking the question. Like my daughter asked me today a funny question. She asked me, "What do you think would be?" Because she's gonna be turning 18, and she's looking at the job market and stuff like that, and she's like, "What do you think's the easiest job out there? What do you think would be just the most laid back, simple, easiest job or whatever?" And I said, I don't know. I think that's a different that would be a different answer for everybody. What is the easiest job? That would be completely different for everybody. Well, she's like, "Hey, now don't get all philosophical on me. Just give it to me straight. Like, is it just like a sit down, like kind of just what's the most sit down easiest job you can think of?" I said, "Well, hey man, look, a sit down job is not easy to someone who hates sitting down and who can't stand still, and they have a hard time just sitting down chilling. That's not the sweetest, easiest job in the world for them. So it kind of it's a person to person case for like what would be the easiest job for an individual. And I think when it comes to asking questions about internet marketing or online business, the best thing you can do is ask very specific questions that are geared around like what you're trying to do. Like if you're trying to build a following on TikTok or something, ask a specific question. What is the best way to build an audience on TikTok? Not like what is the best way to build an audience, but no, what is the best way to build an audience on TikTok if I like doing these kind of videos? Or what is the best way to build an audience on Facebook if I don't really like doing live streaming, but I'm okay writing? What do you think is the best way for me to do it? How often should I be posting? Things like that. Really specific questions. I just think that like it'll serve you better asking very specific questions. Now, a lot of people hear me say that and they say, "Oh man, I don't know what the specific question is because I don't know what social media platform I should use. I don't know what's the best way to build an email list. So how can I even ask specific questions?" Well, look, if you don't know specific questions, that means you haven't done enough research. You haven't made enough decisions that you need to make, right? And before you even bring an expert into it, you haven't done enough research yourself. Study what some other people have done. Before you start running off asking people questions, look at what other people have done. Study what they have done. See if any of that resonates with you. See if that's something you'd like to do. Then start asking specific questions about that particular style of business model. That's what I would say about that. So when I talk about asking questions, I think the way that you can get the most bang for your buck when it comes to asking people questions is to go as specific as possible. That's what I would say about that. Now, keep in mind, me personally, like I don't have any problem at all telling people that I don't work for free and I have a mentorship club for stuff like that. So like to me, if you want to ask people questions, it doesn't hurt to take a shot. It doesn't bother me if you ask me questions at all. I can't speak for other marketers. I can't speak for how they do things. But me personally, I don't mind if you ask a question. But like if I feel like it moves into coaching territory, or if it goes too far over the line of what I consider, just loose basic customer support, and you haven't really spent any money with me, I'm probably not going to really answer your question. I'm probably just going to ignore you, or I'm probably going to refer you to one of my membership clubs. That's what I probably will do. Now, a lot of people think that's kind of a jerk move, but I don't know. I mean, I don't really care what people think. It is what it is for me. I try to be a nice person. I try to be fair with people, but at the same time, like, I know that, like, sometimes people just haven't grown enough, so like they don't even realize that they're wasting my time. They don't really see what they're doing as, you know, really trying to take advantage of me, or they don't really see what they're doing as being just like disrespectful or being wasteful of my time. Like, for example, like if someone reaches out to me and ask me to give them some free coaching, they won't call it free coaching. They're gonna say something like, "Hey, listen, man, I'll tell you what. If you can tell me what to do, then what I will do is I will split all my profits with you for the next 12 months. Just tell me what to do. Just guide me, and I'll split my profits with you." So like if someone, and this is actually a conversation I've had with people multiple times. Over the years, I've had the same conversation, this same "I'm going to split my profits with you" conversation multiple times. Want to split my profits guy. I even got a name for it. Want to split the profits guy, Like it with this situation, this person fails to realize that, first of all, why would I waste my time and energy telling you what to do for half the money when I can just do it myself for all the money? That doesn't make any sense. The only reason why I would waste my time with you is if you actually paid me for my services. And this person fails to make the connection that they go to a job and they punch in a time clock. So they get paid for all the time that they're working there. But yet, I'm supposed to just like coach them and then take half the money, and basically I'm taking a chance, aren't I? I'm basically taking a chance that they're actually going to do the stuff I'm telling them to do with no skin in the game. They haven't paid me a single thing. And I have to trust that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. I'm going to waste my time, and I have to put a lot of faith and trust in them that they're actually going to do what they say they're going to do. But what are they paying? They're not putting any skin in the game. They don't lose anything. Like if they actually do the stuff I tell them to do, then they're going to make half. They're going to make half, but they wouldn't have made any if they didn't follow what I said to do. So like it's one of those things where it's basically a lose-lose situation for me. It's a win for them. It's a lose-win situation is what it is. It's a win for them. It's a lose for me. And that right there tells you a few things about that person who wants to do that with you. It tells you, number one, they don't understand business very well. It tells you, number two, they don't respect your time very well. They don't have respect for what you do because they would never want to go to a job and work for free. So it's telling you a few things about them. Number three, it's telling you that they don't like to spend money on themselves. They don't want to invest in themselves, right? They don't take investment seriously. So it's telling you a few things about them to where like you wouldn't even want to be involved with them because they're not ready. Not because they're a bad person, they're just not ready. They're not ready to really get anything from you. So anyways, yeah, I've kind of gone off on a tangent tonight, but the basic point of what I'm trying to say is if you want to ask questions out there and you want to get good answers and you really want to get answers that will help you, you got to ask specific questions. You don't want to ask general questions. You don't want to ask vague questions. You need to come to the table with a very specific goal in mind, and you want to ask people the best way to approach such a goal, right? And this is, in my experience, one of the best ways to get the most bang for your buck for the questions you ask. Also, I don't know. I personally think that I'm not even on Facebook anymore right now. But I personally think that Facebook is just like a lot of social media really is just, there's a lot of posturing going on social media. So people, they don't always, I don't know, man. I mean, sometimes I think people just try to say things on social media and, you can't always go by the advice you get on social media or whatever. And everyone's got a bigger boat on social media. You know what I mean? Like everyone, it's like, what social media is like, man? Social media is like, everyone's trying to have a bigger boat. Like in my opinion, like when I think about social media, I think about like everyone's pulling up to the lake, pulling their boat, And every year the neighborhood pulls up to the lake with their boats. And every year they all thinking they want the biggest boat. Everybody wants the biggest boat on the lake. And when they go home after that year, they go back and they devise plans to get a bigger boat. Because next year when they all come to the lake, they want a bigger boat. They want the biggest boat, And that's what it feels like on social media, playing out every single day. People posturing and people like, it's all this authority building stuff, But it just kind of comes across as stupid sometimes and funny to me. But I don't know, whatever. That's just me. I'm getting off on a tangent. Listen, I hope you're doing well out there. If you want to get the most bang for your buck when it comes to asking people questions, ask as specific questions as possible. So that's all I got. If this message resonates with you at all, be sure to get over to epicconversions.com and join my free newsletter. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.